What's good? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. And let's get into it because the hottest story right now brings us the first concrete details of Apple's first AR VR headset. And it's no secret that Apple's been working on this, and their virtual reality headset has been rumored to release as early as next year. Well, the information just revealed specific details and features coming to this headset from a source with direct knowledge of the device. And they even included this drawing of what it could possibly look like based on what they've seen. So if ski goggles with an Apple Watch looking headband is your style, you are absolutely gonna love these. Ugh, to each their own. All right, now according to the report, Apple's AR VR headset will be equipped with more than a dozen cameras for tracking hand movements, and will be equipped with two ultra high resolution 8K displays and advanced eye tracking technology. The information was even able to view internal images of a late stage prototype of the headset from last year that showed off what they described as a sleek curved visor attached to the face by a mesh material. Now that could potentially be similar to the breathable mesh on the AirPods Max headband. Plus, the prototype would also have swappable headbands, a feature that we thought we were getting on the AirPods Max as well. Now, the report adds that one version of the headband would feature speakers and spatial audio technology similar to what's found in the AirPods Pro and AirPods Max to give you this surround sound experience. Another potential version of the headband would give you additional battery life for on-the-go use. Now, there's been rumors of an Apple Watch band with built-in battery floating around for a while now, and it's never happened, but the report says it could be an option for Apple's headband for this new AR VR headset. But the details get even juicier because you'll be able to control the headset in multiple ways. One includes a thimble-like device to be worn on a person's finger to potentially track more specific movements. It's going to be called the iThimble Air, and if you just believe that, I have an Apple car I'm willing to sell you in a few years. Wait, actually, Apple is working on a car. All right, well, back to the headset. The report says it will also be able to respond to the wearer's eye movements and hand gestures. There are multiple prototypes that they're working on, and one of them has a physical dial on the visor's side. Any bets if they'll call that the digital crown if it happens? Because, let me look here. The odds makers have it at 3-1 that it's happening. Put your bets down right now. Now, early reports from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman said Apple's first headset would be geared more towards VR with more limited AR functionality. It would also be positioned as a high-end niche product with very conservative sales expectations, with some believing they might sell just one per day per retail store. Now, this new report says that Apple's internally floated pricing for the headset around $3,000. Wow. Now, Microsoft's mixed reality HoloLens 2 headset retails for $3,500, $3,000, y'all. So Apple reportedly has set an internal goal of selling 250,000 units in the first year of its release. There is no official release date because it's still early, but the information also believes that it will be released as early as 2022. That matches up with the timeline Gurman reported a few weeks ago. Now, Apple is also rumored to be working on a sleeker pair of more affordable augmented reality glasses, but those aren't expected until 2023 at the earliest. Now, that's the most detailed information that we have heard about the Apple VR AR headset to date, and it still sounds like they are a ways out from getting anything close to a designer-style Apple glasses based on these latest reports. And after hearing all that info, of course, I would love to review these things and be one of the first people to try them out, but I don't have any serious interest in personally owning these for roughly $3,000 for a Gen 1 product. You know, I've talked about this before, and Apple has the power, they have the influence and marketing machine to really do anything they want. They have a powerful ecosystem that connects all of their devices, but will they be able to build just as powerful of an AR VR ecosystem? Because it hasn't happened yet. And companies like Oculus and Sony's PlayStation VR and HTC Vive and its family already have fully developed ecosystems with flagship games and even more powerful next-gen hardware coming as well. This isn't just like plugging in an iOS game into VR. This is going to take all new games and experiences if it wants to make traction in this space. So it's hard for me to believe that it will right out of the gates with a $3,000 price point. The other thing that isn't a great sign is that Apple has iPad Pros and iPhones galore equipped with LiDAR sensors right now that are primed for augmented reality apps. We know that Apple continues to tout this feature, but we still have yet to see any major breakthrough game app or experience at all. And this organic shift in consumers' behaviors moving towards AR still isn't happening. In fact, if I think about it, we might be using less AR compared to the peak of Pokemon Go a few years back. Think about that, right? So I expect this to be a slow play, and we'll see if Apple can be a significant player or not in the AR VR market over the next 2 or 3 years. But I would love to know, where are you? Where is your head at with Apple's rumored AR VR headset? For the longest time, we've been teased and excited about their standalone glasses, but we're not even close to seeing those. So are you excited for their VR AR headset? Would you buy the first gen for $3,000? Honestly, even $2,000? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll know if you're still watching this video if you respond. All right, the other big news from Apple this week: Apple seeded the first beta of iOS and iPadOS 14.5, and they've added a whole lot of new functionality. Now, you can't get this right now unless you're a developer or you're part of Apple's public beta program, but it will eventually roll out to the general public. iOS 14.5 is a significant update coming soon, so here's some of the big features. First of all, if you own an Apple Watch with the upcoming watchOS 7.4 and then iOS 14.5, which is also upcoming on your phone, you're going to be able to unlock a phone with a new Unlock with Apple Watch feature. So you'll no longer have to enter in a passcode if you're wearing a face mask. Of course, this requires you to have an Apple Watch, so some of you are already rolling your eyes, but this is a perfect feature for the current times. Now, the Apple Watch will not be able to authenticate other things like Apple Pay purchases, App Store purchases, or unlock apps that use Face ID. It will just unlock your phone right now. So, hey, it's time to get an Apple Watch. Or maybe wait for Touch ID to make a comeback on the iPhone 13, maybe. Now, iOS 14.5 also finally brings worldwide support to 5G in dual SIM mode. So if you have 2 lines, both of them will work over 5G. Dual SIM mode only works over LTE up to this point before this update. And then here's another real sleeper feature for my Apple Fitness Plus friends that have been asking me about this. watchOS 7.4, iOS and iPadOS 14.5, they all have AirPlay 2 support for Apple Fitness Plus. So what that means is that you can now start a workout and watch it on a compatible smart TV or set-top box with AirPlay 2 compatibility. Right now, you have to go through an Apple TV box to do this. Even if you owned a TV with AirPlay 2 functionality, it just wouldn't work directly like that. Well, not anymore with iOS 14.5. But there is one caveat. If you do this, the classes will play just fine on your TV, but the real-time metrics from your Apple Watch that rest in that top corner, they will only be displayed on your iPad or iPhone and not on the big screen TV you're working out on. Now, I'm a huge fan of Apple Fitness Plus because it's just so easy to get right into, and the Apple Watch stats just make a huge difference. You feel like really connected to it. But the next step that I want to see, bring compatibility so multiple people can do workouts together on one screen with their own metrics showing up in like the different corners for different users. That's like the next step, but that's not coming to iOS 14.5. I don't want to get you all confused. Now, the new iOS 14.5 will also support PlayStation 5 DualSense and Xbox Series X controllers on the iPhone and iPad. And then a recent leak that hasn't been confirmed yet shows that joint account support for multiple people to use the same Apple Card is coming soon as well. We also know that apps like Facebook and many others will not be happy about this, but 14.5 is also where Apple will make developers comply with their app tracking transparency rules. So apps will now ask for your permission to access your random advertising identifier that's used to track you and your activity across the internet when you visit different websites and other apps. So iOS and iPadOS 14.5, they're going to be big updates, and you can check them out right now if you have access. Otherwise, just wait till they become open to the general public. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. And if you want more, you can check out my Apple Bits XL audio podcast to get the latest deep dive every week with all these stories and new ones and special guests. Plus, you can support all of my content at patreon.com/BrianTong. You're going to get early access to content, rewards at different levels, and a completely ad-free version of my podcast and more at patreon.com/BrianTong. So thanks so much for watching, everybody, and supporting. I'll see you next time. Take care and be safe. Peace and love.